If you consider yourself to be a masculine young man, this video is going to help you tremendously. But a lot of these points that I make in this video are going to help a much larger category of people than just that. But especially if you are a young man who considers himself to have a masculine essence, please, for the love of God, listen to this video and actually act on this information. I want to teach you 11 ways to increase your masculine energy. Masculine energy exists in relation to feminine energy, kind of like two ends of a spectrum, which are ultimately inseparable from one another, kind of like the yin-yang symbol in Chinese philosophy. There's the black and the white, and in the white there's a dot of the black, and in the black there's a dot of the white. So I want to help you to integrate your masculine energy and feel more confident and grounded within it. Because nowadays in society there's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of BS that pulls us away from ourselves habitually. And this really destroys our ability to develop ourselves over the long term and really realize our full potential and ultimately transcend the ego. There's a lot of things in the modern world that prevent us from living a truly meaningful life. And in this video, I'm going to be pointing you towards a lot of things that are going to assist you in your journey towards living a very meaningful existence for you. So if you want to increase your masculine energy, you have to connect with your life's purpose, right? And I understand this is a very grand thing, right? This isn't like a little statement whatsoever, but this is like one of the most foundational points to this whole topic. Really, all these points are going to be very foundational. But without consciously, over time, cultivating a deep sense of life purpose based off of your own intrinsic motivation, based off of your core values, your genuine interests, you're not going to have a clear focus point when it comes to what you give your energy to, when it comes to what you give your attention to, when it comes to what you give your time to. Instead, your energy is going to be scattered amongst a bunch of different things, and you're going to lack clarity about the direction in your life. And a very core part of masculine energy, a healthy, integrated masculine energy, is having a clear sense of direction in your life. Being able to create that not just based off of societal expectations or external factors of any kind, but based off of what comes through you in an organic and natural way. So you have to learn how to prioritize actions and decisions that align with your deeper purpose. And you have to actually regularly reflect on what you want your life's mission to be. Right? Regularly reflect on your values, on your passions, and actually act on them. Spend an hour every single day just completely dedicated to this, to that thing that you've been wanting to work on, to that meditation practice that you've been wanting to cultivate, to going to the gym, whatever that means for you to be living in alignment with your purpose. Spend 1 hour a day, every single day, completely dedicated to it. Next is embrace presence. Practice daily mindfulness meditation and learn how to be more grounded within the present moment. So a major part of masculine energy is being grounded in the present experience, not avoiding it, not being flighty, being able to be grounded in the midst of, the chaos that is our world, the emotional chaos, the mental chaos, the constantly changing circumstances. The world of form is always in this constant flux and flow and change, and you are the eternal witness to this, right? You're the empty, formless consciousness side of the spectrum that exists in relation to the formed, ever-changing flow of reality. So you want to really cultivate the ability to remain grounded, especially during challenges. What does that mean? During challenges, remaining grounded in the midst of your own emotional pain, learning how to cultivate presence in the midst of emotional pain. Right? This is really going to help you out in your relationships quite a lot, especially as a young masculine man. You want to develop yourself to be an anchor, like a very supportive pillar in, ideally, let's say, your feminine woman's life, right? If you're just like a straight masculine man, right? And really not just in your relationships, but in your life as a whole. This is extremely magnetic, this is extremely attractive, and it feels damn good. You're connected to yourself, you're connected to your experience. You're not avoidant, you're not always afraid of your own emotions. You know how to relate to them with an open heart. You know how to meet the present experience where it's at and what it is, and do that with an openness to it and a sense of compassion and love alongside that. Next is cultivate deep integrity. Basically, stop bullshitting yourself. You lie to yourself all the time. The human mind is extremely self-deceptive. Crack down on your own self-deceptions. Be honest and transparent within yourself, within your actions, within your communications. Strive for maximum honesty. Actually value what is true emotionally, what is true in your relationships, what is true existentially. Right? Value truth all across the board. Right? Make this a massive priority in your life. Next is live in accordance with your actual values and principles. Right? What do you truly value? Where is your intuition truly calling you? What is your true intrinsic motivation? What do you truly care about? Right? And learn how to actually live in alignment with that rather than always going against it. Learn how to move with your most natural gifts and give them to the world rather than suppressing them because you're afraid or judging them or pushing them away. Right? And doing things that you actually hate. Learn how to live in alignment with your soul. Next is actually strengthen your body. Do physical practices that build strength, endurance, and vitality. Take care of your physical health. Right? Your body is an extremely intelligent and magnificent organism. Don't neglect it. Give it the awareness that it needs. Give it the weightlifting that it needs, or the running that it needs, the stretching that it needs, the yoga that it needs. All right, so explore various things like maybe martial arts or yoga that integrate the body and the mind. And really begin to make these connections between your body and your mind. Seek integration within your own being so that when you act in the world, it's coming from alignment, it's coming from truth, it's coming from an open heart, it's coming from a sense of groundedness and stability. It's not coming from bullshit. Next is lead with love and compassion. And I mentioned this briefly, but I want to make some more connections here. Masculine energy is all about direction. Right? It's all about leading. And everyone has masculine and feminine energy. The thing is, though, is that if you are a dominantly masculine-oriented being, you're going to find yourself wanting to be in leading positions in a lot of cases, maybe within your intimate relationship, like in relation to your feminine partner. You'll probably want to be leading. Right? So you have to learn how to lead with love, with an open heart, with compassion, with empathy, with support for others, especially in your intimate relationship. Right? Learn how to connect to others in a felt way, in a purely emotional way. Connect to the pure feeling of your experience. And learn this felt sense of connection rather than being so overly analytical and lost in your mind all day and just ideas. Get grounded, feel into your experience, right? Integration is what we're striving for here, right? The connection between these parts of our experience is what we're striving for here, so we're not so split off from different parts of ourselves. Next is embrace challenge and discomfort. Seek out and confront your fears and use these discomforts to grow and evolve. There's healthy forms of discomfort and unhealthy forms of discomfort. A healthy form of discomfort is, let's say, meditating and really addressing your own emotional avoidance head on. This is very healthy, right? Unhealthy discomfort is, let's say, like physically harming yourself. So embrace healthy discomfort. Use various challenges in your life as opportunities to deepen your presence and purpose. Use life to open you up, right? Use life to actually cultivate a deep sense of compassion within you, right? Because things aren't going to go your way all the time, right? You can watch my video, the world will bring out your triggers. This is what I'm really pointing to here, right? As life moves on and it flows, things aren't always going to go your way, right? Things will happen, they'll shut you down, and you're going to want to learn how to open back up again, how to learn how to actually trust life, trust existence. And you want to use these closures inside of you, internal and external challenges, both of these, to master your own self, to learn how to embody consciousness, open awareness in the present experience. Right? So seek out challenges, right, and discomfort, and embrace them. Live at your edge. Right? A lot of men, masculine men, love competition. Why? Because it's an opportunity for them to really live at their edge and be tested to their maximum capacities. Right? You want to seek this kind of stuff out. Right? Next is create a sacred space. So design your environment to support your focus, your meditation, and your introspection, to support your work, to support your life's purpose. Create some kind of space that is completely dedicated for you getting your stuff done. For you working on that thing that you need to be working on every single day. A dedicated, physical, clean environment, right? Clean up your actual room, clean up your environment, right? And engage in rituals and practices that connect you with your higher self and purpose. Do meditation retreats, meditate every single day. Have gratitude for the food that you eat. When you kill a chicken and you're eating the chicken, right, that you bought from the store, have gratitude for the chicken. Before you just jam it in your mouth and wolf it down unconsciously, recognize that you have just taken the life of another being and it is becoming your own. And learn how to actually just have gratitude for the thing that just died so that you can continue existing. Right? So add certain rituals and practices in your life so that they can be grounded in the present moment. You can be really grounded within yourself. You can be sharp, not dull and numb and zoned out always on your phone. Right? You want to feel like you're penetrating life, like you're actually you're living at your edge. Right? Like you're alive, you're vital, you're powerful, you're strong, and yet open. Right? You have the capacity to be gentle and love and have actual compassion and just have an open heart and have empathy. Right? We're seeking integration here. Next is cultivate emotional mastery. Develop the ability to feel and express your emotions without allowing them to just overwhelm you all the time, without avoiding them. Practice staying centered and composed in the face of emotional turbulence. See, I don't want you to get this wrong idea of like being overly stoic when I say being composed. Right? This isn't repression. This is an allowing of the emotions to come up so you can fully feel them as they move through your body. You want your body to be loose, open, tense, or not tense, loose, open, and not tense. So that energy and emotion and the flow of sensation can move through you rather than you always fighting against yourself, fighting against experience due to fear, unconscious repression. So being composed in the face of emotional turbulence means allowing, let's say, your anxiety to fully come up, fully feeling the sensations, fully being grounded in the present, not fighting against it, not needing to push it away or pull on it or manipulate it, just allowing it to exist, fully giving it your attention, fully feeling it, and allowing yourself to process it and allowing the emotion to organically and naturally move on. Next is heal your trauma, wounds, and reactivity. This is really big. This is all the stuff that's going to be throwing you off center. It's going to be throwing you off, right? All your trigger points. Right? Look into this stuff. Do actual shadow work. Make this an integral part of your lifestyle. Next is develop sexual mastery. Practice conscious and mindful sexuality and be fully present with your partner when you're being sexual. Don't just use it as like an escape method as well. You have to have, you actually have to understand and control your sexual energy to deepen intimacy and connection to yourself, to the present, to your partner. Don't just give it to porn. You want to just eliminate porn entirely. You want to process the emotions and the wounds that continuously drive you to watching porn so you can slice this out of your life to the point where you have no impulse to watch porn anymore. Right? You're basically done with that. Right? Your sexual energy is extremely powerful. You want to be just blowing it out to anyone and anything. You want to be intentional with it. You don't want to just be releasing it every single day, 5 times a day to your computer screen. Right? Be intentional about who you give it to, when you're giving it out. Right? Because if you're doing it too much, right? If you're having too many orgasms as a man, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to be drained. Right? You want to actually use this energy intentionally rather than mindlessly just blowing your load over and over and over again. Right, next is expand what is in your awareness, raise your consciousness, self-actualization, self-transcendence basically. Study and explore various spiritual and philosophical teachings to broaden your perspective. Right, I'll give you some examples. Study Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Jainism, Judaism, native spirituality. Study different dating philosophies, spiritual dating philosophies, less spiritual dating philosophies, ones that are more grounded in, let's say, like science, right? Study science, neuroscience, psychology of various kinds, child psychology, developmental psychology, physics, chemistry, biology, right? Learn parenting as well, right? Read a lot of books on relationships. Read a lot of books on self-help, different kinds of self-help. Right? Study hundreds of perspectives to the point where your mind is not attached to any one particular ideology and you're completely free from needing to attach your identity to any particular ideology. You want this flexible mind so you can navigate the world effectively and lead properly. Right? So raising your consciousness. Engage in practices that enhance your self-awareness and deepen your understanding of life. Daily meditation, stretching your body, exercise. Eat for nutrition, not for escaping yourself. Right? Don't distract yourself with food, numbing yourself all the time with it. Why do you eat a lot of the foods that you eat? Is it actually nutritious, or is it just like for entertainment and distraction? And it's numbing you, it's numbing your mind. You can't really feel into your body, right? It's kind of just like dense, tense, foggy, numb. You want to eat foods that help you to produce states of clarity, wellness, and presence. You want to eat foods that help you to produce states of well-being so you can function properly. Right? Next is balance action with stillness. Right? So masculine energy is all about action. Feminine energy is the opposite end of the spectrum, which is about rest. You need to actually develop your feminine energy as well, right? You actually need to integrate your femininity, your ability to relate to people with an open heart, your ability to just have love and compassion, your ability to cry, to feel sorrow, to have a sense of care about a bug on the floor, an ability to empathize with the suffering of all beings, like a bodhisattva. Right? So balance, action, and stillness. Back to this point. Right? So combine your action with rest, right? So combine dynamic, purposeful action with periods of rest and contemplation, periods of stillness. Recognize the value of both doing, right, masculine action, and being, right, feminine rest, and integrate both into your daily life. Our culture is way too on the sort of masculine end of the spectrum of like work, 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 work. There's no time to be, reflect, contemplate. Examine your present experience. This is needed for true psychological health. Self-actualization and self-transcendence are human needs. Without them, you become sick. Just like how when your body doesn't have vitamin D, you become vitamin D deficient. When you don't self-actualize, when you don't self-transcend, you cannot reach the optimal levels of human consciousness where the greatest states of well-being occur. The greatest psychological health, the greatest emotional health, physical, spiritual, your relational health, the impacts that your career has on the world and how healthy that is. Right? So balance action and stillness. Take time to just sit still in meditation. Right? every single day, have structured time to just sit and bask in your own awareness. Get into your body, right? Really reflecting. And then have time for work, for action, for doing, right? And make sure what you're doing has real meaning behind it, right? And what is real meaning? It's what is really aligned with you, with your intrinsic motivation, with your intuition, with where your heart wants to go, with what your soul wants to express, with what wants to come through your being and manifest into the world through your own creative capabilities and powers. That's it for this video. I'm offering one-to-one coaching. You can apply to work with me. Link is in the pinned comment and the description. Take it easy.